Yo, 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 what is going on? Mobile esports fans, it's Sudden Death here coming at you with the finals for the Embers of Victory tournament for the European and Asian regions. Today, we have Rain, Asia, and Endurance playing head-to-head in this best of 5. First map here is going to be Bureau. Bringing up the stats here on screen right now. Let us know in the comment section down below who you think is going to win the overall series, and who do you think will be winning this first map here on Bureau. Just looking at stats, there is a slight advantage going over here to Endurance with 3 rounds played over here on Bureau. It looks like 2 have been won. We are now live chat. Let's go ahead and get on into this. It appears Rain here will be starting out here on the CT side. Let's go ahead and get right into this. X finding Kira there, a social as well, getting kills. Coming to this just a tad bit late. Bomb has already been planted. 2 players alive here on the CT side.
Bomb has been planted on A.
X finding it, Axis, and going to double up their good eagle, drop it down Kyoto. Endurance with the first round there. Endurance leading 1-0 here, having won that pistol round, giving them the cash advantage. Statistically speaking, they should be able to take it the next 2 rounds. I mean, they have that cash advantage. We'll see if they're able to do that. Or maybe Rain here will be a statistical anomaly and break that trend. Endurance pushing very hard over here towards A side. Grenade coming out, doing a little bit of damage there to some of the Endurance players. Akira going to be the first to strike. Open to put down Reckles, no problem. X making sure to pop out CT Hall. The bomb is in his hands, peeking around the corner. Last stream, we saw some very impressive E-ratio player from X, and I'm looking forward to seeing that potentially again today. A hesitation there, planting the bomb, and it's ultimately going to cost him his life. It's Surge finding the frag on Kyoto in there, dropping down on his social. Kaz doubling up, quickly putting down Surge and Access. You're 0, and they're finding immune, and it's a 1 or 2 versus 2 now. Kyoto right here inside of CT Hall, looking down, making sure that bomb is not going to be picked up and trying to be planted again. His teammate, Akira, finding you 0, sitting there inside of control room, and it should be an altercation here between Kyoto and Kaz. Kaz at 11 HP. Taking his time creeping up here. Akira reinforcing his teammate. Even if Kyoto is able to get dropped here by Kaz, Akira should be able to pick up the kill, but we'll see. Kaz has to play this very, very carefully. 20 seconds on the clock. Can feel like an eternity. Oh, better shot there by Kyoto. Going to drop Kaz. Didn't even have time to pull the trigger on the SA. And Rain, the statistical anomaly, winning on Eco. X 3-1 and Kyoto 3-1 as well. I don't know. I'll keep adding the roll to the yard. I don't know if that is appropriate or not. Akira 2-1, Kaz 2-1. I mean, KD is literally identical here. I mean, if you look at it going back and forth, KD is literally identical from top to bottom there. The only difference is ping. A Surge popping around the corner here. Going to be looking down his tree hall, see if he can connect some shots. A little pre-fire action, not connecting on anybody. Definitely letting his presence be felt. Reckles responding with a few shots of his own after that. Smoke grenade is out there. Might have a CT player push through there. Endurance taking a little bit more time here. Minute 6 left on the clock. Plenty of time to work with. They do need to decide which bomb site they want to go to, though. Looks like all these players are rocking Deagles, having to go back and play Eco. Zero pushing around the corner. Frag grenade can do some massive damage. Those 2 players pushing up. Surgeons for strike. Find Reckles. As the unit there, but an accident quickly. Actually, take it back. He's now double up. It's Akira putting down your 0. Nice team play there by Rain locking down that server side. The remaining player left alive here on the T side is going to be a social. Coming up with a fantastic double kill there with the Deagle. I don't know if that was a a collateral or not. It might have been. Rain taking the lead here, 2-1. Well played there by them. Nice little Deagle double there, but just not enough to put a point on the board. Chat again, listen to your predictions down in the comment section down below. Immune first, your strike here, finding Kaz. Multiple grenades going out here towards the A side. It's Immune doubling up on Reckles and Yuzuro with the M4 in hand. Surge finding a social there with the AUG. Very quickly cleaned up here on the Rain side, and they have won the last 3 rounds. Endurance hasn't been able to say much since winning that first pistol round. Coming into round number 4, we'll see what they can do here on the Endurance side. They should have a little more cash to work with. Be able to throw their body weight around a little bit more. Might be able to take this round number 5 from Rain, but we'll see. B is seeming to be the side of choice. Reckles is pushing to maybe a little Reckles on his side. He's going to kill there, finding access. That flashbang coming up. He's going to respond with a quick frag grenade. Surge, and oh god, Akira actually takes down Reckles. It's Surge finding a social and Kaz. X has already pulled the ratio, and he's going to put down Surge before he can do more damage to his team. It's a 2 versus 2 here. 1:20 left on the clock. It's Immune and Akira versus X and Yuzuro. We're going to be watching X right now as he is using the ratio. Crosby and I really did enjoy watching him in the semifinals play with this ratio. Having to play a little more aggressive with it this time around, but he's definitely taking his time watching his angles. Teammate Yuzuro is going to be able to back him up, and I believe Yuzuro had the SG. Good play there, passing the bomb off here to Yuzuro, who does have the SG. He'll be able to watch his back with that sniper rifle. Yuzuro pushing up, smoke grenade off to his left. You just got to check his corner and watch his CT Hall. But that CT Hall should be being watched by Yuzuro here. It's Immune. I don't even know where X was at. He's able to guard the headshot there on Immune. 1 versus 1 here. It's Akira versus X. Would be a huge round if he's able to get this kill. If you're able to shut them down, though, if Akira is, that is definitely going to hurt the cast situation on Endurance for another round. This is a very important round here. Bomb has been planted. Some pre-fired shots coming through the smoke, and he's ultimately going to be able to get the kill on X. A little bit of extra cash will be invested into the side of the T's for getting that bomb planted, but it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. Akira is stealing that D ratio away. Probably not going to be able to utilize it as effectively as X, but we'll see. I'm challenging him right now. That's what I'm doing. It's a challenge. Let's see if he can do it. X is opening up there with the ratio. Is able to buy. I didn't think he was going to be able to afford the ratio this round. Math being a little bit off. Never was that good at it. Yuzuro doubled up with the SG, of course, watching X, but I should have been watching him. Reckles pushing down here Tree Hall, seeing if we can find anybody pop his head around that smoke. I believe that's teammate Yuzuro. It is here on B site. Unfortunately for him, he does not have the bomb. He's going to check his vents now. X trying to stay alive in a sticky situation. I was going to say Yuzuro should be able to get out there and get that kill. Surge finds Reckles, though. Looks like X is going to fully rotate over here towards this A site, and I believe that is a good choice. Surge is going to catch him off the back, but X, with the better game sense, peeks around the corner with that sniper rifle out. The CT player had been able to hug the left side wall a little bit more. He might have been able to get the surprise shot there on X, but being out there in the middle like that, leaving himself totally exposed. Would have been difficult to survive that. Coming here into round number 7.
Tossing flashbang. Throwing frag.
A social.
Shout.
Feeling a little confident, pushing around with a flashbang. Teammate is there. Kaz pushing up as well. Inching ever closer here to this B site. Teammate right outside of B entryway. Access and Immune just delete X and Kaz almost at the exact same time. A social coming in, finding Immune. Three men alive here on the T side. There's 4 up for the CTs. 53 seconds left here on the clock. Yuzura and a social, both with lower HP, that is. Trying to decide what they want to do. Is 2 versus 4 is going to be hard. I definitely think B is probably going to be the better site to push. I was going to say, you just got to watch all those angles those players can pop out of, and, well, they weren't very good at playing whack-a-mole. Rain extending their lead back up to 3 here. It's 5-2.
Tossing the smoke grenade. Frag out. Popping smoke.
Akira opening up a double with the AUG in hand. X is quickly going to put him on the ground before he could do more damage to his team. Reckles, though, getting caught down to 8 HP. I don't know if X took any of that damage either. Some fantastic crosshair placement by X. Also going to drop it down Immune. That should allow him to pick up that AUG. X with 2 HP. Some impressive plays, but it has definitely cost him any more impressive plays moving forward. Maybe not. Maybe he can make this 2 HP work for him, but I don't... Yeah.
Wins.
Adding insult to injury, Kyoto with the headshot. Definitely not necessary. Could have just thrown a piece of sawdust in his eye. I think it would have dropped him. Rain extending their lead up to 4 here. It's 6-2. We are playing, of course, on Rain's server. They do have the ping advantage, as you can see here. We're looking at 10-1 ping difference at the maximum, and about a 2-1 ping difference. The worst case scenario for Rain.
Frag out.
Oh man, that flashbang timed perfectly there, forcing Reckles to back up. A social is able to pick up the kill on Akira, though. It's a man down already. Make that 2 as X strikes there on Axis. Is X already over here in servers? He is indeed. He's watching his CT haul. There's 2 players already down. This is going to force the CTs to rotate here. Social finding Kyoto.
Throwing a smoke grenade. Suck on this. I'm planting the bomb.
That bomb has been planted.
Been planted.
Right as the bomb is planted,
Wins.
Surge pops into the corner, drops you 0. The T's are quickly able to clean up those remaining CT players and take that round away from them. It's 6-3. Endurance cutting Rain's lead back down to only 3.
I'm gonna tossing flashbang. Suck on this. Suck on this. Popping smoke.
Axis is going to eliminate X with that ratio. And you're finding a nice headshot there on your 0, and it's Kyoto
Wins.
finding Reckles. It's 7-3. Rain retaking their lead back up to 4 here. Kaz catching Surge off guard there. I could even just see the surprise as he got dropped by that AK-47. 2 players left alive here on the CT side. It's 3 alive. Excuse me, 2 alive on the T side. It's 3 alive on the CT side. Axis has the ratio out. Be interesting to see him and X go head-to-head again. X covering his left side. Seeing if Axis wants to peek him CT Hall. Bomb is moving in here towards X's left. Frag grenade is out. I don't know if he was aiming for that spot specifically or not. Definitely nobody hiding behind the server there, though. Bomb carrier should be able to push up and plant this bomb. It's interesting to see where the CTs are at. Axis missing that incredibly important shot. You should be able to get the call out, though, to his teammates to go ahead and rotate over here towards this A site. However, that should allow enough time for this bomb to be planted. Axis with a fantastic shot there on X. He really needed to pick it up, and he was able to do it. The remaining player alive here is your Zero. 100 HP to his name, though, and some plenty of ammo in the SG, but it isn't able to hit anything. Seems like he shot to the left and right of Kirito, and the bomb will be defused, and that's another round going here towards Rain Asia. Leading by 5, 1 round away from the flip. They could be going into this up by 6. Endurance will have the CT side on the flip, which will help them a little bit, as most maps, if not all of them, are just a little CT-sided. It is what it is. The CT's job is essentially to camp and wait for the Ts to come to them. It's just the way the game works. With that CT side, don't know if they're going to be able to pull off the W, but it is important to try to close that gap up a little bit that Rain has created. That can help in later rounds as we go through this series in choosing server, which can play a huge role in who is the victor and who is not. X is going to be the bomb carrier with a sniper in hand, popping around the corner. Not seeing anybody. Quickly going to throw a smoke grenade down there. He's moving fast. It'll be quick scoping like Pomage. Unfortunately, he can't slide. It'd be like some Black Ops 3 action right there. That bomb's going to be planted here. And Endurance with 3 players alive here is going to have to go into defense mode. Akira and Surge coming through the smoke there, dropping Reichels and X respectively. Social's the last one left alive. Now he's not. It's Immune dropping the headshot on him. And the bomb will be defused here. Rain going into the flip up by 6. It's 9-3. Again, Endurance now having that CT side advantage. We'll see how much it helps. I am usually surprised at how much of a difference it does make. I will be honest. I don't know why I'm surprised. I've seen this for so long, but throughout the Embers of Victory tournament, I've been watching teams which were getting demolished on the T side, and they switched over towards the CT side on the flip, and they ended up winning the game. Even with a server disadvantage or no server disadvantage. It's impressive. Multiple shots being fired coming out of Tree Hall. Rain has done a little fake play here, moved around here through server side. Kaz and X are there to stop them, though, preventing that bomb from easily being walked on towards that A site. X trying to find the last player here. Surge going to catch him off guard, popping around that board. But your Zero should be able to pick this kill up, though, as he goes for this bomb. Should see an altercation between both these players here. Surge is shooting right above your Zero's head. And Endurance is going to win that pistol round again. Seems like they're pretty good at winning that first pistol round. We'll have to see if they can capitalize on the advantage they have gained over their opponents here. Now that they do have that cash advantage, they need to push it hard. Push the little advantage they have had and try to close the gap that Rain has created here. Some grenades going out here. Rain is favoring this A site right now as they push down towards Banana. Some shots being fired. Surge is going to open up, finding their first kill there on X. It's Zero with the HK pulled out. Like to see that. I think that's a fantastic choice of weapon. Trying to find him right now. Reckles, SA-58 in hand, trying to work it. Trade kill going over here towards server side. And Reckles is going to rotate over here. 3 versus 3. Axis is over here inside of Tree Hall. His remaining 2 teammates have pushed over here towards the A site, and that bomb should be going down here shortly. Here's your Zero with the HK in hand. He and his teammate, Reckles, moving over here towards A. You see him firing a shot, hitting him with a couple, but Reckles going to pop out and get a drop him as he tries to run away from Yuzuro. Axis eliminating Kaz. It's a 2 versus 2. Get my numbers mixed up again. That bomb has implanted. Axis is able to pick up an SA-58 and is moving around here to help his teammate out on the defense of the A-bomb site. Yuzuro. So unfortunate for him. He walks right into the line of fire of Surge. It's a 1 versus 1, though. It's up to Reckles here. This is one of the situations you need to play a little recklessly. You need to move quick. You don't have much time to work with. Get tagged here on his left side. He's going to pop around the corner. He's going to stick to the fuse. I don't know what he's doing. Surge is trying to get over. I think he's going to be able to do it. He does not have enough time. It was so incredibly close, though. Surge is able to prevent him from getting that bomb plant. Surge realized what was going on and switched over to that axe and kicked it up into high gear. You can see the little hop he did there. Like, oh shit, I gotta go. Reckles FP6 out, pop it on the corner, tag and Surge down to 45. I think he's going to make the good decision here and back up just a little bit. Putting some distance in between that shotgun is always a good idea. It is going to play a little mind game here with them as they push in. They're definitely using a lot of utility just to get over here and try to find this shotgun. And they're able to do it. Surge is going to be able to drop him, but it's Yuzuro quickly following up after he drops his teammate Reckles down. Axis missing another very important shot there with the ratio. He was able to get that kill. His teammates would have been able to push up a little quicker. Just that slight delay in time could allow the CTs to rotate. Doesn't really seem like they've done that, though. Definitely taking their time. There's one CT player down here. It's Immune finding Kaz. Kaz was just running and not shooting. I don't know what he was doing. I mean, there's like 2 players right there. Axis finds Yuzuro, and this bomb should be easily planted here by Kyoto. It's up to X to clutch this up, this 1 versus 3. It is going to be difficult for X to do this. I have seen some very impressive plays from him already here in this map number 1 of the finals of the Embers of Victory tournament, and also in the semifinals as well, and all throughout the tournament. But it's going to be difficult, and it seems like he's just going to opt to save this SG going into the next round. It will be 2 points away for Rain after this bomb goes off, until they have won map number 1. X is going to pick up a consolation kill there. Down 7 here for Endurance. Again, you need to try to close that gap just a little bit. The difference in round count, if we do make it to a map 4, map 5, can come into play. Again, choosing who gets to choose that server, it can come down to that. Having a big difference in map number 1, after everybody's warmed up, map number 2, you might not have that. Everybody's going to be warmed up coming in map number 2. Map number 3, of course, as well. You might not have as big of a difference. I've seen that before. You know, map number 1, there's a big difference in the score. Even if you go right back to the same server, the team that just lost, maybe they win on the same server, or it's a lot closer. It's at that map number 1 that can be a little odd. Just because both the teams aren't necessarily warmed up, they're not as hot as they would be after playing one entire game. Endurance having that CT advantage is using the clock to their advantage. Altercation going to here, Tree Hall. Social's going to catch him off guard with a little 2-piece for him. He's actually not going to be able to get it. Reckles standing strong. They're backing up. He's going to be able to get a kill of his own. Only losing a little bit of his HP. X coming from behind is going to be able to drop 1, but his Axe is quickly dropping him with that U ratio. It's 2 up for each team here. That bomb is being planted. Yuzuru realizing that.
Planted.
Do you switch the AUG here for the SG, or do you keep the silence of the AUG? We're keeping the silence of the AUG. Sounds like a good movie title. Silence of the AUG. Fantastic shots there by Yuzuru. Hugging that wall, giving just a split-second extra time to make sure he's got the right angle. Decides to pick up that ratio for teammate X, I would assume. And that bomb is going to be able to be defused, preventing Rain from getting match point, and adding another point to Endurance's score. Still down by 6, but again, cutting that gap is going to be huge. I mean, of course, best case scenario here for Endurance is going to be winning this map, but it's going to be fairly difficult for them. Don't want to talk bad about them or anything, but with the ping advantage that Rain has and being down this much, it is going to be difficult. But again, just maybe at 12-8, losing by, or excuse me, 13-8, losing by 5. Losing by 4 would be a lot better scenario than 7 or 8. Yuzuru with a nice flip, but Surge is quickly going to follow up there with a kill on him. Doubling up with the SA-58 in hand. That bomb should be planted here shortly, and there's only one CT player left alive. That is X here with the ratio in hand, slowly creeping up Vince. Ooh. A hard angle to get. He's almost able to grab that flick, but just not quite. Match point here for Team Rain. We'll see what the CTs do decide to do. Some of these players are lower on cash, having to play with shotguns. Reichels has opted to use that. I think that's a good decision right here, though, Tree Hall. He's not going to find anybody. He's going to push down. That bomb is coming at Vince, and they have taken this A site, or excuse me, this B site. Bomb has now been planted. X put behind. He's been the first to strike for his team. Reichels getting dropped by Axis, and X somehow able to stay up there. Surge drops him, and it's, well, it was a social alive. No longer. Rain with the W here in map number 1. 13-5, a nice 8-round victory over Endurance. Welcome back to map number 2 here on Canals. Endurance here on the CT side, Rain Asia. On the CT side.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb has been planted. And Endurance will be taking that first W here. Once again, I think they've won. Yeah, they have won all out of the last 3 pistol rounds. They have won the last 3. Taking their time here on the T side. I felt like they're pushing towards his A side quite quickly. Actually going to check his corner here. Player coming out. Kirito and Akira, they're getting kills. You're really going to sit back in the back. They're doubling up with the SA-58 hand. Immune is going to drop him, preventing him from doing any more damage to his team. There's 2 alive here on the T side. And it seems like the little bait action over there on A site worked, as that bomb is going to be planted over here on B. Reckles, SA and 58 in hand, moving down here towards Cafe. Immune is going to pick up a social. Reckles now being the last player left alive here in this 1 versus 2.
The bomb has been planted on B. Defusing the bomb.
Tagging the defuse, seeing if he can find Reckles.
Defusing the bomb.
Reckles being patient here before he peeks out. Finds one. Try to go for the other. He's going to be able to do it. And Team Endurance winning another round there. Well played there by them. Reckles playing that perfectly. Not getting rushed. Knowing that there were 2 CT players hovering over his bomb. Took his time. Breathed. Made sure he lined up his first shot. It all worked from there. Nicely played. T's all moving over here towards A very, very quickly. They should cause a very loud ruckus here with all these utilities going out.
I'm gonna blind them.
Surge is going to strike first, finding Reckles. And there as well, putting down your 0. I believe those shots came from mid-bridge. Kaz going to drop down Surge and Immune respectively there with the AK-47. Akira coming from behind, surprising them. X popping back around the corner. The ratio already round number 3. We have the ratio pulled out by X. We'll see if we can go ahead and watch him work with it. Popping around here, tree elbow. See if we can find one more. Taking his time, not going to leave quick. Going to allow teammate Kaz here to watch his CT bridge. X peeking around the corner. Man, that's some FPS timing right there. He comes back, finds one, needs to go for the other one. Kaz is down, he gets it. Unbelievable play there by him, doubling up. Teammate Kaz was able to go ahead and distract those CT players just long enough from able to get those kills. X, a fantastic U-ratio player, one of the best that I've seen. Akira eliminating your 0. Quick little trade by Kazir on Akira. 2 versus 4 here. Make that a 1 versus 4. X, the bomb carrier and the ratio player. Oh, wow. Unbelievable there. Dropping Kirito as he jumps down through tunnel there. Surge here by the boat. Should move up and see if we can catch him here towards mid. Axis has pulled out the U-ratio. X is here, tree elbow. Dueling against Axis, and Axis is going to win that. Sitting over there in the corner, knew exactly where he was coming. Team Rain is able to take that round number 4 away from Endurance. It's the first point there on the board for them. Breaking the little snowball up that Endurance had created. Cast situation evening out a little bit here for Rain. Again, statistically speaking, that's usually what happens. That 4th round goes to the team that lost the pistol round. Doesn't mean it always happens. 8 out of 10 times, I would say. I'd be curious to go back and do the math on that. Out of all the mobile esports tournaments, how often that does happen. It's quite a bit. 3 players alive to life here now on the CT. It's 3 up on the T's as well. Kaz working on this MR96. Teammate X coming up with the ratio as well. Ooh, fantastic shot there by X. Doubling up as well on Immune. I wish I would have been watching him. I was watching Kaz, seeing if he could grab a nice little one-tap with that revolver. Care to the remaining playoffs alive here for the CTs, creeping up through the cafe. And X is going to finish him off, getting the last 3 players there. Just need to be making sure I keep my eyes on X. X has been going off thus far, 9 and 3. Top of the leaderboard for his team. Over here for Team Rain, it's 6 and 4. Surge, Akira at 4 and 5, and a Social at 4 and 4. X and a Social going to be peeking here. A Social baiting just a little bit for X. Wow. Wow. Fantastic play there by X. And a Social going to back him up, getting those players down. It's a 1 versus 1 now. It's up to a Social. to go against Kyoto. Oh, Kyoto getting tagged by that SG.
Reach wins.
I thought he was about to get the Deagle headshot there. But no, it's a social with the headshot from the SG, popping his top like soda pop, and it's 5-1. Team Endurance looking good here. This is big here for Endurance because you're up by 4. You're looking really good. And you're going to have the CT advantage on the flip. You take this up 10-2, you go into the flip, you might be able to end up with a better score than what happened on map number 1, which would give them the advantage and the round count. I don't know what... it was Kyoto Flash? I couldn't tell. Reckles and a social picking up kills there. Man advantage going here to the T's. It's 3 live for the CTs, 4 live. Make that 2 live now for the CTs as Yuzuru finds headshot on Immune. It's Axis working this B site. Trying his best to prevent the T players from pushing up, but he's just not going to be able to do it. Getting pinched there from either side. Akira dropping Yuzuru. That bomb has now been planted. This 1 versus 3 is going to commence. We'll see what Akira can do. Do you opt to just go ahead and say that you ratio? That's what I'm thinking might happen here. Oh, you can't quickscope like X. Axis gonna punish a social as he pops around the corner there. And Akira picking up the kill on X. Rain coming alive here in this round. Reckles with a nice 2-piece. Gonna be put down by Surge, though, preventing him from doing anything else. 1 versus 2, man advantage going here to the CTs. We'll see what Zero has to say about it. Plenty of time to work with. A fantastic weapon to work with as well. Could still easily take this round. Immune at 100 HP with the HK in hand. Definitely a great weapon to utilize here on this map. And Surge also with the almost identical setup that Yuzuru has. Yuzuru going to check his bottom cafe. And should go into his bomb planting stance. Plenty of time to work with. Once again, checking all possible angles. He's got to watch for that HK, though. Of course, he doesn't know Immune's got it, but he looks like he's about to peek around the corner as soon as that bomb goes down. Teammate is there. Surge is going to drop Yuzuru. That bomb is planted, but has plenty of time to be defused here by Rain. Immune has the duty of doing that. He executes it flawlessly, and it's another point here on the board for them. Moving here into round number 9. Rain trailing by 4. Yuzuru is going to open it up with the AK-47. MW going to put down rifle with a frag grenade. Kaz find a couple shots back there with the SG, not connecting anybody. It's X doubled up with his SG in hand. Surge is going to find a Kaz with a nice little frag grenade. Firing some shots through the smoke, not connecting on anybody. It's Immune putting down a social. It's a 2 versus 2. They're trying to push everybody. There's another cloud of smoke walking to Immune. Yuzuru over near the corner of the AK-47. Doubling up. No problem on Immune and Surge, respectively. It's 7-2. Endurance increases their lead to 5 here. X 14-5, very impressive KD. Reckles 10-6, a social 7-6. Top 3 here for Team Rain is Surge at 11-7. Immune 7-7, and Akira a very nice 6-9. Moving here into round number 10. Oh, that was a mess up throw there by X. Immune surge in the kill feed. A Social's gonna put down Immune, preventing 50 more damage to your team. It's Akira double up, trying to get the 3K here on X. X is able to pop the reload, but costs him a bunch of HP. And Akira is able to do it, wiping the floor with those players back there. Belong. Rain, bringing it back within 4. Endurance definitely seems to have the extra gumption. That's the word I really wanted to use, and I couldn't think of a chutzpah, pizzazz. What do they say in Austin Powers? Mojo. Here in map number 2. But Rain, even with the ping disadvantage, is still looking good. I could see this going into the flip 7-5. We'll see if that is going to be the case, though. Endurance has already lost a man, but they have been able to plant the bomb. Surge firing a volley of shots. Doesn't seem to be able to connect on any of them. Gonna pop at that reload out here as he crosses CT bridge, or excuse me, mid bridge with teammate Kyoto. One player back here by CT bridge is Axis, I believe. Puts down Reckle. The Social doubling up there big with the Deagle. Akira is gonna put him down on the ground. And that is going to leave the bomb site completely open for him to defuse the bomb. Rain only down by 3 now, and again, it is looking like we might be able to go into the flip here. Only down by 2 for Rain, or up by 2 for Endurance. Now, Endurance will have that CT side coming into it, and with Endurance's previous track record on the first round after the flip, or the starting match, the pistol round, they're able to win it. They've won the last 3. Definitely be giving them the advantage coming into the next pistol round here, which means they would be able to start at the flip with a win. Ooh, fantastic shot there by Axis. We'll see, though. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Akira finding Reckles. This is a fantastic start for Team Rain here. In round number 12. Axis practicing his bunny hops. It's a great leg workout. I'm sure that ratio is quite heavy as well. Probably worth the shoulders a little bit, honestly. I'll throw my back out, though. Immune finding a headshot, and Kirito is going to finish off Kaz. 7-5 here going into the flip. The very impressive lead that Endurance had created. Not totally evaporating, but definitely dissipated. We'll see how Rain strikes here. First on the T side. Again, every single pistol round thus far has been won by Endurance. And Social starting off strong here. X is going to be in there, finding 1 kill. And Surge is going to catch X off his back. It seems like Rain is going to break the streak that Endurance had on the pistol round. It's going to be off to the last CT play left alive. Rifle's been tagged multiple times with the P250 in hand. Going to pop down here Tree Hall with a quick little drop shot, but Surging that bullet right into him. Going to put him on the ground. It's 7-6 here. Rain only down by 1 now. Winning that pistol round is huge. You now have that cash advantage coming into round number 14 here. Statistically speaking, winning that pistol round is going to allow you to win those next 2 rounds just with the cash advantage that has been created, the little momentum you get from that. We'll see if that holds true, though. 2 CTs over here towards A. Looks like there's 2 on B, 1 kind of hanging mid. X P250 in hand, opting not to spend any cash this game, saving up for the ratio. Axis is his first to strike, finding Reckles. Already down a man here on the side of Endurance. Frag grenade going out. Social finding access, and it's only one left alive now for the CTs. That's going to be Social giving his position away with that deagle, and Kirito is going to finish him off, pushing him with no mercy. It's all tied up here. Rain bringing it back. Looked like Endurance was going to run away with this map number 2. But again, that lead that had been created by them now has totally evaporated, and Rain is poised to take the lead here. And I think that would be the first time in this map number 2 that they've had the lead. I might be wrong on that, but I believe that is the case. Well, no, it would be Endurance won the first 3. Grenade coming in. Oh, man, it just missed them as they push in. Kira with a mean shot there. Kira also following up on Kaz. That's going to allow that bomb to be planted, and they have cleared this site out. They're going to go ahead and position here to defend this. The CTs need to decide what they want to do quick. It's X with the AUG in hand, trying to find him. Teammate is Social, finding Akira. It's a 3 versus 3 now. X trying to get some information, hopping over that smoke cloud. Here's Zero. Very, very well retaken here by the CTs. Great team communication and coordination, and they are going to prevent Rain from taking the lead. Bomb has been defused, and that will help them in the cash department. Seems like X is going to stay with that AUG as we move here into round number 16. Rain is putting on a very impressive showing on Endurance's server. Now again, those map 1s can kind of be they don't tell the full story necessarily just because you were playing on not your home turf for Endurance. Map number 3 could be a little different, being that they're more warmed up. It'll be interesting to see though. Kirito popping around the corner finding Reckles. But, I mean, if somehow Rain is able to win this and we go to map number 3, even with Team Endurance being more warmed up, coming into map number 3, playing on Rain's server, and the way Rain's been playing, I think you'd have to be favoring them. Still, plenty of time left here in this match, and Endurance is definitely not out of Endurance just yet. A Social hiding over here by his A site. I'm not quite sure how Kirito was able to get through A being undetected by him. I don't know where Social was at.
Bomb has been planted.
But that bomb has now been planted, and he definitely knows where Kirito's at. Social trying to decide where he wants to go. Seems like Bottom Cafe is going to be his destination. Using MapQuest, he should be able to find that B site. I just gave away how old I am.
The bomb has been planted on B.
Maybe how much of a nerd I am. I don't know.
I'm defusing the bomb.
Social teasing that defuse. Just a little tease. Just to go ahead and see if he can get his opponent here a little emotional. He's going to pop around the corner. He's going to find him. And I think he does have enough time to defuse. It is going to be a little close here. Wow. Down to the wire there. Rain ties it back up. Even though he was able to get the kill, he just didn't have enough time to stake that defuse. Rain, once again, all tied up here. Endurance seems to be panting just a little bit. They need to catch their second wind. Maybe drink some G Fuel. That's always what I recommend. X going to open it up nice with a fantastic headshot and access. That flashbang literally landing right on top of his scope. It's going to force him to back down and reposition a Social. Open it up with a nice little 2-piece right there with the AUG. Only 2 players left alive here for Team Rain. And a Social finding a third. Switch it down for the SG. Kirito's the last player left alive, but it's going to be dropped by Kaz with the SA, and Endurance retakes the lead. Probably a little frustrated on the Endurance side after the last round. You're thinking that really should have been our win. We should be up by 3 here. diving here into round number 18. X is the first to strike here once again after the ratio, and it was Access opening up again on him. The Social's a fantastic position. He's going to utilize it. Doubled up with everything SG in hand, and X finishes off that last player. Endurance catching rain with their knives out. They have retaken the lead here, leading by 2. X has crossed that threshold of 20. He's got a nice KD of 22 and 11. A Social also putting in a fantastic showing of at 21 and 12. Really, it's Kaz and your Zoro who've been struggling a little bit here. 4 and 14 and 7 and 14 respectively. If those two players were able to turn up just a little bit, Endurance should be able to take this W without another loss. Kaz is striking, doubling up. He's going to get dropped by Kyoto, but a very valiant effort by him and putting in some work. The bomb is down here inside a tunnel. Looks like it is just about to be picked up. X fighting Axis, and it's Immune and Kyoto, final players alive here. X is going to try to catch him as they come up those stairs. He gets tagged, though, down to 12 HP, and he's going to make the wise decision to reposition here. Call-out should be coming in, and his teammate, Yuzuro, should be ready for this bomb to move up here towards his B site, but it might be the side of choice here. This could be a 200 IQ play here by the T's. I hate that they're hanging out here towards mid-bridge. It is not a great spot to hang, but Immune fighting Yuzuro with the Deagle. You just gotta decide which side he wants to go to. X is in a fantastic position to guard each side, but Immune, I think, is just going to be able to sneak his way across the bridge. That FPS timing, he's gonna be able to plant the bomb. I would never tell anybody just to sit there by mid-bridge and wait for the CTs to come to you. Bomb has been planted, though. Immune, I would pop the reload on that AK, man. Gives me a, you know you're going up against a sniper here. Well, you at least think you're going up against a sniper now. I don't want a few more bullets in my magazine to be able to tease him. Lower on HP. I don't know if he probably realizes he tagged him. X. Oh, wow. Very, very unfortunate for Immune to have given himself away. I don't know if he saw X. I know from my perspective here, I could not see Immune at all. I don't know if Immune saw X, but giving himself away there, firing that shot, even though X had a decent idea of where he was located, definitely caused or gave X an advantage there. I don't want to say caused Immune to lose that round, but it gave him an advantage. 24 and 11 here for X. 21 and 13. 6 and 13 and 6 and 15 respectively for the top 2 here for Team Rain. Endurance 2 rounds away from winning map number 2. A lot closer than map number 1 though. They're going to need to put in an impressive showing in map number 3 as we go into the later rounds. That map number 1 could end up hurting them. Multiple kills going down here. That bomb is planted here on a site. Only 2 T players are alive here. Kyoto hiding here in his cubby hole. He's gonna peek out. Oh, just off angle on that player there. It was Kaz who's gonna drop it, and Social puts down Immune. That bomb. Plenty of time to defuse. It's almost a little rhyme right there. Match point. Going to Team Endurance, where it is match point for Team Endurance. Poised to take map number 2 from Team Rain. Reichel's opening up here with the ratio in hand. Sitting down here at bottom catwalk. Kaz finding Kyoto, and Reichel's also getting another kill there. 1 left alive here. It's Surge. Back here in the alleyway. What a great spot to be. Trying to work his way up. Has just opted to leave the bomb there. Trying to hide here behind these smokes. They're about to dissipate, though. He needs to get out of there, and Kaz is going to catch him with his knife out. 13 to 8 here. Endurance with the W. They were able to endure to the end of this and get the W, winning by 5. Map number 3 coming up here shortly. Chat, welcome back here. Map number 3 is going to be on Grounded. Rain and Endurance are tied up here in this best of 5 series, 1-1. Let us know down in the comment section down below who you think will be the victor of map number 3. Rain will have their server coming into this. They will have the slight advantage ping-wise. Let's take a look here at the stats. 7 rounds won here on Grounded for Team Rain at 100% win-loss ratio, compared to Endurance's 2 rounds played and only 1 won. I mean, between Grounded, and we're definitely going to a map 4 at this point, Raid. Rain seems to have the advantage here. Endurance is going to need to put up an impressive showing here at this map, though. They need to go ahead and put up multiple points and try to dissipate. No, that's not the right word I wanted to use. Get rid of the rounds lead that Rain has over them for map number 1. Because if we do go to map number 5, that server choice could play a huge role in whether Endurance wins or loses. Same way for Team Rain here. They're going to need to put in an impressive showing on map number 3, both teams, but I think there's a little more emphasis on Endurance to do well here. Obviously, with Rain having their server, you have to favor them slightly coming into this, I would say. And just looking at the stats here for Team Rain on Grounded, of course, stats don't mean everything for the upcoming match, but they do help tell the story, help make the image a little clearer. Endurance is definitely going to need to play well here. Chat, let us know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are. Who's going to win map number 3 here, and who do you have winning the series? Always curious to hear your thoughts. And we are off here. Rain on the CT side, Endurance here on the T side as we move into map number 3. Once again, Rain here on the CT side and is stacking their A bomb site. Multiple shots being fired. Nobody yet to be dropped. It's Akira and Amu over here working hard, preventing him to the T players from getting here really any into the A bomb site. Looks like there's one player just managed to fall in there after he got his popped out. Amu finishing off Kaz, but not before he's able to get a kill there on Kyoto. Rain winning the pistol round should allow them to win the next couple of rounds here. Being they do have the cash advantage. Immune 3-0, Akira 1-0, as well as Surge. We'll see what the T's decide to do. Seems like we're going to go here towards mid and figure out what's going on. Reckles with a maybe not. Disconnected for just a split second. Axis pushing through here. Going to be watching his metal detectors. Surge open it up, finding Kaz. Akira is watching his server, or excuse me, his storage room. Wrong map. And Yuzuro, now the last player alive here for the T's, is quickly dropped by Kyoto. Nice little 2K for him. 2-0. Rain is here and ready to play, folks. Immune 3-0. Surge 3-0. Kyoto 2-1. Rain is definitely looking very, very confident here. Endurance still all playing here with pistols. A couple of utilities have been purchased by some of the team players, though. Trying to save for round number 4, where they will go ahead and pull out those assault rifles. Probably, most definitely a sniper rifle for at least one player. Surge the first to strike, finding Reichels there. Immune popping right here, looking down B long. Should give the call to his teammate that there's at least one down here. Here comes Surge coming up with the SG in hand. Immune has tagged one player back there, and he's actually going to be the one to push in here. Oh, fantastic headshot there by him, and Surge also quickly follows up there on a kill on X. That flashbang coming in. Thought it went over their heads, but it's able to flash Immune. Surge finding a social, and the last person alive here now is Kaz, trying to hide through that smoke. Unfortunately for him, it's smoke, though, not actually a wall. That bullet was able to travel through there and connect to him. Rain leading here by 3 as we come into round number 4. This should be the first round going to Endurance. At this point, we will be seeing them pull out some higher-powered weapons. Access to catching Reckles with his knife out. He definitely was not expecting that. Akira watching teammates access front here. Just in case there's a player comes around and goes for that sniper. You'll be able to quickly peek out and try to drop that player. Doesn't seem like any of the T's are going to challenge him. Zero has pulled out a Euratio. And X has as well 2 Euratios pulled out here for the side of the T's. And it looks like 1 for the side of the CT's. I don't know if that's the best decision for 2 Euratios to be pulled out here on the T's. But I'm not going to critique him too much. I've seen some very impressive play from Team Endurance with the Euratios. And Axis as well has had some nice plays. Not as nice as X, but has had some nice plays. Axis is going to get out of there. Surge finding Kaz. 3 players alive here now on the T side. Not very many. Still, only, I believe I read that scoreboard right, only 1 kill thus far for Team Endurance. I'm going to go back and look at that in just a second. X is alive with teammate of Social. Standing here mid, 25 seconds left here on the clock. And it seems like they're just going to opt to save here. Deciding it's going to be important to keep these weapons that they picked up. No need to throw them away, trying to get this W. Yeah, it is only 2 kills. 2 kills for Endurance in the past 4 rounds. Access peeking around here, needs to be careful. Of course, he does not know the exact position of X. Oh, I think X is right over there on the left side. There he is. Oh! That was close. Rain is going to win round number 4 there. But I think only the loss of 1 player. Again, just looking here, I mean, 8 kills for Surge, Immune with 4, and you got a Social and Kaz, both with 1 kill respectively. Everybody else with donuts in the K department. Donuts are good, though. But just not in this game. I love myself a good Boston cream pie. But there's no Boston cream pies here. It's just fat zeros in the kill department, and you don't want that. We'll see how Endurance decides to respond. Already down a man here. They're really struggling here on Grounded. Social picking up a kill there on Immune, keeping the body count board, and Kaz gets a nice shot there on Akira as he comes from behind. Very important kill there. Kaz is able to get it. And this might be the first point here on the board for them. They do have the man advantage. Kirito having the high ground with a good weapon to work with. Wow. Fantastic shot there, shooting through the wall. Or I believe that was actually smoke. They're calling it a wall bang, so maybe he ducked behind the crates. I'm not quite sure. Kirito and Axis are alive. Oh, wow. Axis coming up with a nice shot there with the sniper rifle. He gets another one on Reckles. He goes for the 3rd, and he finds your Zero, the nice little 2K, and Team Rain is able to come back from that deficit they had, only with 2 players to work with. It was 4 for Endurance, and they just get swiped out of there. Just like clearing a notification on your phone. This is not a good situation here for Endurance. Wow, Axis once again right there in the corner, catching Kaz off guard. He gets a kill there on Reckles. Unbelievable. Surge with a 2K of his own with the AUG in hand. And Team Rain is just punching Endurance over and over again in the gut. And I gotta tell you what, you get punched 2 or 3 times in the gut, and it's not good for your Endurance. It's definitely getting a little difficult to breathe at that point. 6-0. Endurance is yet to be able to put a point here on the board, and they have a collective of what? 6 kills between all of their players. Looking over here at what is this? Doing some quick maths here. I'm not great at maths, but what is that? 6, 10, 17, 28. If I'm doing my math correctly. 28 kills compared to the 6 over here for Endurance. The cash situation for Rain is looking absolutely fantastic. It looked like they went long on the S&P a little over a year ago. And just held.
Smoke out.
T's are just unsure of how to get to the bomb site and get this bomb planted. They're not winning their engagements. You know, and seeing this here, yes, Rain has the server advantage. And this is possibly their best map. Just looking at the stats. At least the stats, you know, we have on the 5 maps being played today. You're struggling this much. On Endurance side, that could, I mean, you're up 6-0, only need 7 rounds to move on to the next map. That would really, really hurt if you were able to win on Endurance side. Moving into map number 5, that would allow Team Rain to get the server advantage. That server advantage could definitely play a role in giving Rain a, I don't want to say easier win, but I feel like that's the only word I can use. There is an advantage to having that server, the lower ping. Wow, Kirito, fantastic call. A social loses his life there to Kirito, but he was able to get a kill there on his teammate standing right next to him. 7-0, Team Rain. Having no problems. Really no problems at all here. X at 0-6. That's not something you from previous rounds have seen from him. Not a single kill here in this map. 1-7 for your Zero and Reckles respectively. 3-7 and 5-6 for Kaz and a social. Access creeping up slowly through ratio. See if he can catch anybody else popping around that corner too quickly and not thinking. B is a decided choice here for the T's, and they're slowly creeping up. Zero firing a few shots, seeing if he can connect on any. The T's have made the rotation back here towards A. They've made some noise over there. X is staying with the ratio in hand. I don't believe he sees a player out here on his... Oh, wait, I could have swore there was a player on his right. Maybe not. I thought that was what the minimap was showing. Maybe that's just my eyes. I need to get him checked. Kirito with a nice little 2K, though. A social thing preventing from needing more damage to his team, and it's immune. Drop it down to X. And Rain, once again, just cleaning up, swiping Endurance out of the way.
Wins.
Like going to the doormat and scraping some mud off of your boot. Team Rain 8-0. Is this going to be a flawless victory for Team Rain? I mean, at this point, if you get a flawless victory on map number 3, you almost just got to give it to Team Rain. Endurance not being able to find a second wind. I don't even know if they had a starting wind coming here into map number 3. They just haven't been able to put anything together. Your Zero getting hit hard by that frag grenade. They're pushing out quite hard here. We'll see what they're able to do here on the T side. Grenades going off. It's X pushing up aggressively. Surge is going to put down Kaz. Zero trying to find a kill there on him, but it's doubled up with the SG. And Kyoto in there, finishing out the last 2 players with a nice headshot. Popping their tops. No problem. Rain 9-0. 14-4 for Surge. My man is having a fantastic game. Also, I mean, really, all these players here, except for Akira at 2-3, all these players are in the positive by multiples of at least 2. Maybe Endurance needs some G Fuel. So I like to do the little Endurance back in me. Use code esports mobile at checkout to save you some change on the amazing product that is G Fuel. Currently enjoying my shaker full of blue ice. Grenade going off right in front of Reckles, tagging him down just by a little bit. He is the bomb carrier. It is important for that bomb carrier to have a little bit of HP if he's going to plant that bomb. Of course, he can't throw it out to one of his teammates here. Frag grenade forcing X to be careful. He's pushing out now. Yuzuro is right behind him. Immune. Right outside here. He's going to have the altercation with all these players. He's got his back to them, though. I don't know if... I think... Okay. He should be able to hear them. Immune. Staying strong, though. Trusting his teammates. He's got to watch the baggage claim entry. He does indeed, but ultimately it's not going to pay off. His cause finds Immune. Seems like the tides have shifted just a little bit here and in favor of Endurance. They do have a man advantage, but they're just taking a whole lot of time. That bomb has been able to rotate all the way around here towards a site. Rain only has 2 players left alive. 15 seconds, plenty of time to plant. Akira, the last man left alive, and this should be the first point here on the board for Endurance. 3 players left alive here. It's a 1 versus 3. It's going to be difficult for Akira to clutch this up, and Reckles is going to be the one to drop him. 9-1 here. Rain still leading by 8. It's been 9 rounds uncontested by Endurance. What are we, 3 rounds away from the flip? 2 rounds away from the flip. Best case scenario here, if you're Endurance, you go into the flip down by 6. You're able to win the next 2 rounds. You do have the CT side advantage coming into the flip. That will help. But is it enough? And again, that's even assuming you win the next 2 rounds here. Rain definitely is not struggling in the cash department. X finding a good headshot there on Immune. It seems like, once again, the tides have just shifted just a little bit. Reckles undecided with where he wants to go. He's going to decide right to come. Or, I thought he was coming right outside of Baggett's entry. Flashbang going out. Looks like he's going to loop around through B long. Kirito putting down Kaz. It's now a 3 versus 3. X is just not able to get that flick on Surge as he strafes right out from underneath the Jeep. Reckles doing exactly what he did last round. It worked once, might as well go again, but I don't think it's going to work this time. Rain having 3 players alive here, and probably a pretty good idea of where Reckles is headed. Reckles realizing this, slows down just a little bit, checking his corners, going to pop out here. SG in hand. Almost a fully loaded mag to work with. That's what I like to see. He's got to be careful, though, if Akira's got that sniper rifle. Oh my gosh, was that a no-scope? I'm not sure. It looks like he sighted down, but I couldn't quite tell. Akira punishing Reckles, taking their lead back up to 9. Almost like that last round. Or the round that Endurance won, that is. Did it even happen? Chad, it looks like we'll be going into the flip. 11-1. Maybe 10-2, best case scenario for Endurance, but it just looks like Rain is on top of things here. Quick trades going down. X is able to stay alive with that U ratio in hand. It's a 4 versus 4. And Kirito already finding Reckles as he pushes, and that bomb is down. He's going to guard that with his life. Yuzuro is right outside of storage. Looks like, I think it's X. Yep, it's X inside of storage with U ratio. Only 24 HP to his name. That fry grenade that rolls in front of him isn't going to do any damage. I don't think it did much damage, if any, to Yuzuro either. Akira has a ratio. Going to peek around here looking... Connector, sees the player connect, almost is able to grab the quick scope on him, but ultimately going to have to pay with his life for that mistake. Yuzuro puts him down on the ground. Yuzuro finder volley of shots, getting tagged in the back here. X with a nice kill on Kirito. All these sniper rifles here. Looking like it might cost Rain this W. The W of this match, at least. Kaz finding Immune as he jumps over, and we are going into the flip. Only down by 8 for Endurance. Down by 8, you have the CT advantage. Is it enough? Do you have what you need? Do you have the mojo, Mr. Powers, to bring this back? I don't know. We're going to see. Again, this is a map that Rain is very, very comfortable on. Coming into this finals. I don't think there's, yes, there's a CT advantage, but I would say you're very comfortable on either side, T and CT. We'll see, though. This is the first round that we've seen Rain play on the T side. You're ungrounded. A man down on each side. It's a 4 versus 4. The T is slowly creeping up here towards this B site. Akira is the bomb carrier here for the T's. Making sure nobody's Hiding on there in sneaky corner. Oh, Immune just takes the blunt of that frag grenade. Here, firing underneath. It's Immune, I believe, ultimately finishing that player off that Akira was shooting at. Akira did get the assist, though, so I'm not quite sure if that's the case. Doesn't matter. Rain taking the W. It's 11-2. Winning that pistol round, now that they do have the cash advantage, should at least help them win the next round, which will put them at match point, and statistically speaking, they should be able to win that round after match point, being that they won the pistol round. Endurance, well, lacking endurance. I don't even know if it's endurance. They needed just any life in them this round. They just haven't been able to do much. I do have to say, Rain played well on map number 2, which was Endurance's server. After this beating that you've just been given by Team Rain coming into map number 4, even though you do have the server advantage, are you a little demoralized? Are you tired? Are you frustrated? Do you end up losing on your home server? Even because you have to know, at this point, no matter how well you do, Rain is going to be able to choose a server for map number 5. Unless Endurance somehow makes an incredible comeback here. I am speaking a little bit into the future. It's just the thoughts that can be going through your head as a competitive player, though. That can mess you up. That bomb has been planted. 3 players with live here now on the CT side. It's 4 live here for Team Rain. See what they can decide to do. Seems like the CTs are just kind of holding back, a little nervous and not sure what they want to do. Immune picking off Kaz. Reckles popping around the corner, see if he can find a kill there. And he's instantly going to pay with his life. Here's Zero is going to put down Kyoto before he can pick him up. With 9 HP and 3 players to contend with, as well as that bomb slowly taking down. Definitely not going to be around. You're going to be able to win. Maybe you'll be able to escape with your life, though. He tries, but gets caught there on the wall, and Axis drops him. It's match point here for Team Rain. Three players coming here towards A. They're fanning out. Flashbang coming in. Your Zero switch over to Duzanga. He's going to back down here. Back by the tanker. Trying to stay as close to cover as he possibly can. But he's still going to get tagged down to 64. I don't know where that shot came from. Kaz going to put down Axis. It's a 4 versus... That's a 3 versus 3. Players get a drop left and right. Your Zero's going to prevent that bomb from being planted. Going to double up there with the AUG in hand. It's 3-12 now. Team Endurance able to endure one more round. It's once again match point here for Team Rain. It's all or nothing here. No reason not to buy. You got nothing to lose. Well, except the match, but... Keeping your mental state strong, though, can... If they're able to do it, you know, even if you're down this much, if you keep your mental state strong, you try your best, you put some more points on this board, and that's at least a little bit of a confidence boost going into map number 4. Again... Just doing some quick maths in my head, I still think even if you win 3 or 4 rounds, Rain... I guess it depends on if Endurance wins map number... It's close. It'll be close. Endurance will have to put in one hell of a map number 4 in order to choose a server. But they could do it. Even if they don't, they could still win. I don't know. So many things can happen here. Multiple shots being fired at frag, and he's going to go out probably ultimately... Oh, did it? Akira's frag grenade I thought was going to go off and eliminate that player hiding in the corner, but it's Immune. He's going to pop out, finding Kaz. It's the one player alive here now on the CT side. It's a social, and he gets dropped with the headshot. Getting his pop-topped like... Or his pop like soda pop? Something like that. Rain doesn't care. 13-3. Impressive showing here by Team Rain. You have to be feeling good going into map number 4. How does Endurance handle this? Coming into map number 4 will also be very interesting as well. Are you demoralized now coming into map number 4? Is Team Rain going to be able to beat you on your home server? We'll find out. That'll definitely be interesting. We are going to be going to the map of Raid here for map number 4. Map number 4 will be played on Raid. Team Rain currently leading in this series 2-1. If they are able to win this map on Raid, it will be Team Rain who is crowned champions. If Endurance is able to endure and take the W, they'll be going to the final map of Legacy all tied up. Here's the stats here for the upcoming round. Team Rain, having played 5 times here on the map Raid in the recent history, having won 83% of them, with an average KD of 1.10 for the entire team. For Endurance, playing 1 map of Raid with a 100% win, with a slightly higher KD of 0.1. However, only 1 time played compared to Rain's 5. Again, kind of favoring Rain coming into this. Now, the server will be for Endurance, but with that being said, Team Rain played well on map number 2 on Endurance's server. They only lost by 5, and after the showing, they just gave in map number 3. Again, does Endurance come in demoralized? Are they a little frustrated? Are they sad? Is there some fighting going on between the players? That could result in Team Rain winning, even though they don't have a server advantage. That server advantage that Endurance has could disappear with a little bit of frustration that has been created by Team Rain. Again, all hypotheticals here. We will see shortly here. Map number 4 is being prepared as we speak. And we are live here in map number 4. Got a little tickle in my throat. Team Rain here on the CT side. But open up here. It's kind of getting shot. Reckles coming in with the dualies out, finding Akira, but quickly put down by Kyoto. Access, put it down as Social, and 4 live here for Rain, and 2 up here for Endurance. Make that 1. The bomb has been planted, but quickly cleared out by Axis, and Kyoto should be able to defuse the bomb, and that bomb, that is, not that the bomb. It's like a cool name to a song. With that being said, though, Rain with the first point here on the board. Winning that pistol round will definitely help them coming into the next couple rounds, being able to buy the SA-58s, HKs, AKs, utility, whatever it is that they want. Should be able to help them put the next round under their belt, and potentially the one after that. Players popping mid, and it's the fury of shots being fired down there. Akira and Axis getting killed respectively. Endurance already down 2 players. Rain just seems to really be on top of this thing, man. Akira finding X. Again, after watching map 3 there on Grounded, even with the, well, I actually need to see, it is, I just wanted to confirm we are on Team Endurance's preferred server. Even with the server disadvantage that Rain has, I don't know, they just seem to be awake and ready to play, where Endurance just, I don't know, isn't quite all there. Still very, very early on here in map number 4, but I got this feeling that Endurance is just tired out, man. We'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. Would love to see a map number 5. Would love to see a closer map here in 4-2. Well, I guess for Endurance's sake, you kind of want it to be a little more lopsided. Of course, in their favor, Reckles opening up, putting down Immune. 2 alive here for Team Rain, 3 alive for Team Endurance. X dropping down a player there. Only making it 1 alive. It's Access who's left alive with the ratio. Reckles now is hunting for him. Social's going to plant the bomb here on the A site. Give him a little extra cash.
Bomb has been planted.
Access rotating through here, or through CT spawn. We'll look over there towards that A site. It is going to be difficult. I mean, this is going to be difficult for him to get both these players so close together on this site. It's possible, but it is going to be missing that first shot. He's giving away his position. Going to throw that frag grenade to see if he can soften that player up. That flashbang coming in. Doesn't really get him, but he's just got no time to defuse the bomb. He misses a shot, switches over to his Deagle, tries to go back, but both players are there to finish him off. Endurance putting the first point here on the board for their team in map number 4. T's hanging over here towards this B site now. Pushing up slowly. Reckles needs to be careful. Axe is going to open it up with a sniper shot. I was going to say, Axis might be sitting back there. B long, smoke out. It should allow them to push here towards this B site and get that bomb planted. Bomb is being planted now. Reckles going to check his
Bomb has been planted.
CT hall. Make sure there's nobody there.
Reach wins.
And the CTs. Getting clocked there by the T's. Endurance tying it back up 2-2. Access to opening up on Kai's. Reckles. Interesting move here by him trying to, I would assume, get behind. No, maybe not. Looks like he's going to move back here. I thought he was going to try to get behind these CT players. Access having to take some cover. And a social is going to pop him as he tries to get some information. He should be able to let Akira know there's two of them there. And him rocking that HK could definitely be a... No, I'm going to say a sore point for them. But a social is going to prevent that from even developing. Multiple kills going down here. Two players with live on each side. It's Kyoto winning that gunfight and Reckles there in events, and they now have the man advantage. It's all up to X here with the ratio and the bomb to push in here and get this W for his team. Do you switch out, pick that SG up? X is deciding not to do that at this point. Has seen, again, some incredible plays by X with the ratio. Not going to yell at him. Feel like he's earned the decision to keep the ratio in hand. .28 seconds here on the clock. He's pushing down. He's got to look his ramp there. And unknown to him, he will have no problem, no contesting on the plant. That bomb's been planted. They know where he's at. Kirito moving quite quickly down here towards his vents. Pop in the corner here. Wow. X with a fantastic shot there in Kyoto. That bomb is defusing. Immune knows what he's got to do. Throw that frag grenade down there. He's got to stick the bomb plant. Oh, that shot is missed by X. And it sounds like he's got just enough time, actually a little more time that he needs to defuse the bomb. And Team Rain is going to take the lead once again here. Immune with a very nice play. X missing that shot there on him. I bet he's kicking himself over that. Immune able to pick that U ratio up too. And throws it off to his teammate. I believe that was Axis. Axis 8-3. Wow. X opening up and dropping Akira with his U ratio once again. It'll be interesting to see him and Axis to go head to head if that happens this round. X watching his mid vents here, making sure nobody's going to pop out through that B side. Reckles with an impressive showing with the SG, doubling it up. Only one player left alive here now, and that's Surge. Back in. CT spawn, HK in hand. Not a bad weapon to be working a 1v5 with. But I don't care what weapon you're working on a 1v5. It is going to be hard to get to that W no matter what. Especially with only half health.
Reach wins.
Huh. Interesting choice there. Your Zero doesn't care. He's going to get a hit. He doesn't care if he gets hit in the head by a gun or not. It's all tied up here. 3-3. Endurance needs to do something to pull away from Rain. The back and forth hot potato. You don't want to do all game. You just don't want to do it all game. With how Rain's been playing, they could easily pull ahead here on Endurance's server. You don't want to be doing the back and forth. You need to go ahead and do something to pull ahead. Give yourself some nice cushion in the rounds department. Like what you just did there. Like what Kaz just did. Very impressive 3K by him. His team taking the lead. You need to do that a few times and just give yourself a little bit of a cushion. Again, if Endurance does win this round, they will be going into map number 5, all tied up 2-2. However, currently, Rain is going to be able to decide the server of choice. And of course, they'll be choosing their home turf, which will definitely help them. It's not going to hurt them. How much it's going to help them, I don't know, but it's definitely not going to hurt them. Endurance, even if they were to win all the remaining rounds here, I believe Rain is still leading enough to the point where they will be able to choose the server. Reckles picking up a nice kill there mid. 1 play left alive here for Team Rain, and it looks like Endurance is going to be able to plant the bomb as well as get this W here. Immune is the last play left alive. Social doesn't even need help from his teammate Reckles there as he picks up the kill there on Immune. Endurance takes the lead by 2 here. Reckles pushing out, seeing anybody. Uncontested thus far here on the A site. Couple grenades going out, some shots being fired by the CTs as they are here on top of the site. Reckles going to pick up that kill on Surge, making sure there's nobody over around there in the corner. It's Kyoto there with the sniper rifle. Reckles is going to lose his life to him. Oh my, Yuzuro getting caught with his knife out. That bomb has been planted, though. 2 players alive for each team. It's Kaz and a Social alive here for Endurance, and Kyoto and Axis alive here for their team. Seems like the CTs are just going to go ahead and hold here and save going into the next round. Endurance increasing their lead to 3 here. It's exactly what they needed to do, pulling away from Rain, giving themselves a little bit of distance. A Social, nice shot there on Axis. Flashbang coming out, gonna land right on top of him. Fantastic throw there. It's Surge gonna find him. That bomb hasn't planted, but there's only 1 T player left alive here. They should be able to clean him up. That player is gonna be Kaz, but he's staying alive, so I think it's a 2K. He's going back for another one, but it's Akira finally going to drop him. I thought he was actually just about to pull that off. That bomb will be defused here by Team Rain.
Bomb has been defused.
Axis to open it up here on U0 with that U ratio. Reckles here towards mid. Gonna move over here towards B along with the bomb coming up right behind him. He's pushing down here his B long. Smoke grenade going back there. Towards CT elbow. It's Immune finding a Social as he pushes in. He should be able to give the call to Reckles so he knows where he's at. But Kyoto comes out and grabs the headshot on him. The 2 versus 2 now as X finishes off Kyoto, preventing him from doing any more damage. Immune with a fantastic flick and picking up the headshot on X. Endurance having one player alive here. It seems he is here on top of Overlook. Kaz needing to take his time and be careful, checking all of his angles before he exposes too much of himself, or as many angles as he can before exposing much of himself. He does have the bomb in hand and 33 seconds to work with. That's actually a good amount of time. You gotta be careful jumping down here. He jumps right into the clutches of Immune. And Kaz pays with his life. Endurance only leading by 1 now. Looks like we might be going to the flip here. Tied up here, folks. Endurance had pulled ahead a little bit. It created that cushion they needed, but it has once again just been deleted by Team Rain, or almost deleted. It's definitely in the process of being deleted. It appears we're 1 round away from seeing if we're going into the flip. Up by 2 for Endurance or tied. Even if you're up by 2. Now Rain having the T side. I've seen Rain play very well here on the T side on Raid. X pulling out the AK-47, not a weapon you normally see him utilize. I guess you got to do what you got to do when it comes to having a lower cash situation. Picking up that sniper rifle, is going to find a kill there on Immune, looking to see if he can find access through the smoke, but it's Surge getting 2 kills. Huge play there by him through the smoke, able to come up with that access to Zare, seeing if we can find another player with that sniper rifle. Teammate Surge is slowly pushing up, and it's Kaz finishing both Access and Surge off, and Endurance is going to be able to hang on here to their lead as they go into the flip up by 2. Raid is an interesting map, though, and I have seen, again, technically all the maps are CT-sided just because the CTs get to start off and their job is essentially the camp, but I have seen some very impressive T-sided gameplay here on this map. We'll see what Rain can do. Kira, and I'm not sure who the other player is that's running with him, splitting off here. Invents, Axis is going to open up for the kill. Kira going to finish that player off. It's Kaz with the Deagle. Bomb is being planted here. Only 1 player left alive now here. It's Axis and Akira get kills respectively, and it's going to be X with the Deagle in hand at 1 versus 5. He's going to start at least trying to make this clutch come true. Smooth play there to pick that other Deagle up. Popping the reload on it. He's just not going to have enough time here. Man, yeah. X has some amazing shots. The crosshair placement, the control, it is impressive. With that being said, though, it's not enough to clutch that 1 versus 5 up. He's able to get 3 before he's dropped. Endurance only leading by 1 here. Team Rain having won this pistol round, giving them the cash advantage. They should be able to tie this up 7-7 here in round number 14. Oh, that frag grenade is going to do some massive damage. It's not going to drop anybody, but it's enough to soften it up. Surge putting down X, not going to allow him to do any damage to his team. It looked like he was utilizing a shotgun there. I'm sure they're happy not to have to work with that on top of this ace site. Here, having great position, is going to go ahead and drop a social. He's got Overwatch. Bomb is down. 2 players left alive here now on the CT side. Make that 1. It's Kaz and with the Deagle hiding here in the corner. He's going to try to go for a knife kill, but he's instantly swatted in the head by Immune. It's tied up here, folks. 7-7. Checking out the scoreboard. 16-10 for Axis. X at 13-12. Social at 13-8 and Immune at 10-9. Those are the top 2 players here for each teams. Endurance, you gotta do something here. I mean, at this point, even if you... these are the thoughts that are going through your head, right? At this point, even if we do win this, we're going to map number 5, and you're going to have to play on Team Rain server. Is that frustrating? Are you thinking those thoughts are going through your head? Are you just focusing on winning this one and dealing with map number 5 when you get there? You got to be a little frustrated with Rain right now. Not a single player on their team has yet to be dropped here in round number 15. Right now, the last player alive here is 0-0, hiding at the corner. Actually, he's not hiding in the corner. He was just hanging there. Long double up with the HK in hand, but Surge is going to drop him before he can get a third. Rain has taken the lead for the first time since the flip. Those mental games, the thoughts you have going through your head when you're in a situation like Endurance is huge. Can you go ahead and just push those thoughts out of your mind and just focus on winning the next round? Focus on this round. Focus on winning, and then dealing with map number 5 or the next couple rounds when you get to them, because you got to get to them. Or are you thinking like, oh man, we're gonna play on rain server, what's gonna happen here? And you start thinking about the what ifs, and you're not focusing, and the doubt that can come, it can affect you in a major way. Kyoto staying alive. I keep watching the wrong player here. I was hoping to see something from Surge, but no, it's Kyoto. We should have been watching. Axis has the ratio out. Surge, well, actually getting a killer on a social. It's X with the FP6 in hand, finishing off Kyoto. X, I think, makes the wise decision not to push that ramp with that shotgun. Eddie's not going to be able to find Surge. Team Rain. 4 rounds thus far to their names is to flip. They've been able to take the lead by 2. Endurance needing to do something here. You don't want Team Rain to get really, I mean, even 2 more points on the board is just going to make it very difficult for a comeback. You at least want to make the comeback when they're at 11. You don't want to have them at match point, but I mean, if it's 7-10, you start working on getting a couple rounds. Now it's only 10-9. That's okay, but that round 11, if you get to it, it's like you're just almost over the hump. Ooh, Access finding his social, lining up perfectly on him. 2 players already down here for Team Endurance. I'm even peeking around the corner. Kaz hiding here. See if he can get a cheeky shot here with his shotgun. Rain is still yet to have a single player drop. Kaz giving away his position and is eliminated. It's another round where no players on Rain were killed. Endurance having the ping advantage, it just doesn't seem to be doing much for them. Access opening it up once again with the ratio fighting your 0, popping around here. Not seeing anybody here towards B long. Has to just avert his gaze for a moment to prevent from being flashed. Don't want to burn those retinas. Ooh, I didn't even see Reichels there. I think landed every single shot on Axis with that SA-58. Kyoto going to put down Reichels. It's now a 2 versus 4. Immune putting down Kaz. Bomb being thrown out. Be planted. But it doesn't even matter. It's 7-11. Team Rain is poised to take this, folks. They are curled up and ready to strike. They are ready for the W. It is right here in reach for them. What even just happened? Or there a social predicted the movement of those 3 players, lining them up perfectly. It looked like one of them was looking down at the ground. I was trying to figure out what he was doing there. Endurance. Looking like they might be able to. They do indeed. Your comes in with a vengeance with that Super 90. Cutting Rain's lead back down to only 3. Guess this is, if you're going to start the comeback, it's better here at point 11 for Team Rain than point 12. You at least have one screw up you can make. Plenty of cash here for Team Rain to work with. A couple individuals lacking, but again, it's more of a team cash than individual cash. Couple frags going out. U0 still rocking that Super 90. He's going to come up here. X playing strong here at the SG in hand. He's going to lose his life, but Surge fired multiple times, but he's not be able to find anybody through the smoke. It's Surge, drop it down to the ground. That bomb is just laying here on the ground. Akira comes out, spraying and praying. And that prayer works. Team Rain now at match point. 24 and 13 for Axis, 17 and 13 for Surge. Kyoto at 13 and 11. A Social 17 and 14. X 16 and 17 and U0 at 10 and 16. Team Rain 1 round away here. Man, look at that volley of shots. It's like some artillery fire right there. I mean, Kyoto finding kills quite quickly as they pop around their corner. Axis, U0 dropped. Only 2 players with life for the CT side. It's X and the Social. You know what this means. You got to do your best here in the final round. There definitely are. A Social finding one. X getting another one. Social trying to stay alive. Only with 6 HP to work with. He's going to tag that player down to the ground, but it's ultimately the frag grenade which rolls in between his legs. It's going to finish him off. It's up to X to... You just had 2 players leave. He could, like, what is it? I don't like that. You have 2 players leave. What if he wins this? What are you going to do? What if he clutches this up? Are you just totally done? Are you giving up 100%? That tells me a little bit about what's been going on with Team Rain. Like, what is he supposed to do here? Like, he could honestly clutch this up. You honestly could win and take this 13-12. I've seen comebacks like that. I know you all have probably too. Really expertly played there by Axis. But, you know, maybe X would have won that if your team... I mean, you see your teammates leave like that. That has to be like, oh, dang. Does that, again, that mental game that is being played with you, does that go through your head? Like, well, it doesn't even matter if I win this. Maybe if he'd had his teammates there. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know. With that being said, though, congratulations to Team Rain on getting the W here. Well played to them. Team Rain winning map number 4 on Endurance's home turf. 13-8. Chat, was any of your predictions right? Did you get them all right? Congratulations if you did. With all that being said here, it's Sudden Death here, signing out. Once again, congratulations to Team Rain on their W over Team Endurance, and well played to Team Endurance. You tried your best. I appreciate that. You stuck in. You did what you could. Get back to the drawing board and work on it. Looking forward to seeing both of these teams in future tournaments here at Mobile Esports. Chat, once again, with all that being said, this is Sudden Death here, signing out, and we'll see you somewhere soon on the internet. Peace.